Tigers fans, Justin Olam just retired yesterday, and that is a huge deal for us West Tigers. It was expected, but it does open up a ton of salary cap, and everyone is now asking what is next for the Tigers. Taylan May, locking down Lachlan Galvin, there is so many things. Could there be another move we don't even know that's coming that people are talking about behind closed doors? There is a lot to break down. We have a ton of things to go over today, so before we get into it, welcome back to NRL Deep Dive. If you're new here, we break down all things West Tigers. I am Geordie. We talk all things rumors, all things games, tactics, and just everything to do with West Tigers. And today is also the last day to enter the giveaway for 2 general admission tickets. But make sure you stick to the end of the video to find out how you can exactly enter. And trust me, it is easy, but you're not going to want to miss this. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me in the algorithm out a ton. And let's get into it. So Olam is done, medically retired. The reports say, it's his knee issue, and that's been bothering him for a while now, and after struggling to get back to full fitness, I think he just called time on his career. As tough as a blow that was, Olam was supposed to add some experience and toughness to the Tigers backline this year. Benji Marshall saw him as kind of a key piece, right? And now the piece is gone, it's missing, it's not in the long-term plan that we're hoping. But here's where things get a little interesting in my mind, because his medical retirement gives the Tigers a massive salary cap relief, and that's where his names like Taylan May seriously start popping up in my mind and on the news. We've been hearing about Taylan May and the Tigers for some while now, right? And he's been linked to the club for weeks, and now that Olam's gone, the chances of him actually making the move just went up a ton more, in my opinion. There is a few reasons why it makes sense. Let's get into it. First off, the salary cap situation. Money is everything, and the Tigers were already creating some room with Clemmer heading to the Dragons, and now with Olam retirement, we have even more money to play with, and that means we can make some legitimate offers to people like May, because let's be real, he is way too good to be sitting not on a team, right? He needs to be on this team, and there is a family connection as well. Terrell May is already here, and we've seen time and time again that players love playing with their brothers, right? And that alone could be enough to convince Taylan to actually make the switch over here. Add that to the fact that the West Tigers captain Api Korosai has already come out publicly backing the idea of signing him, saying he is a top tier talent and a hard worker. You think that is coincidence? Not a freaking chance, guys. The Tigers wouldn't be talking this much about a bloke, especially May, if there wasn't some serious consideration behind it, right? And that's where the biggest clue of it all. Taylan May was literally at the Tigers season opener against the Knights and just sitting there, watching the team while the team and the Panthers played somewhere else. That is not, if that's not subtle, I don't know what else is, right? But it's not a done deal because, nothing has been set in stone yet. And if you've been looking at the report and the cap space, these hints are being dropped. It all lines up for sure. And the Tigers need some new outside backs. Charlie Staines, I believe, is out long-term. Brent Nadan is inconsistent and should be back later. And Stafford Toa might end up in the centers instead of the wing. There is talk of that as well. May fits exactly what we need as a team. And he's just so freaking versatile. He can make any position happen, in my opinion. But here's the twist. What if they don't use that cap space on May or not enough, right? What if they go in a completely different direction? Because that's another big storyline happening right now, and that is Lachlan Galvin's contract, right? Galvin is the real deal in the making. He's already showing us signs of being a star. The more that he plays, the more of a young half that he's stepping up to be, and he has so much potential. You don't want to mess around with a bloke like that. Would you agree? You would want to lock him down long term, and right now I think Galvin's on $250,000 for this season and jumping to $350,000 next year, and that's cheap for what he's bringing to the team, but he is young, and that is a concern. Other clubs know it. The second he's able to negotiate with a rival team in November, he's gonna have options, and if we don't lock him down, I think people like Parramatta, they are lurking. They know that, we know that. He came through their junior system, and the Eels have had the money to make a play for him, and in fact he even linked a social media comment hinting of a return to Para. I mean, there's just so many different things going on that we are missing, and there is, I don't know, Fox News is even all over it. It means everything either way is going to work out for him, but will it be with the Tigers? And I think as Tigers, we need to act fast because we could lose him, and that brings us back to the cap space from Olam's retirement. Do the Tigers use it to go after Taylan May, or do they put together a massive offer for Galvin right now and make sure he never gets to November 1st not being locked down, right? Some reports, even like on Fox and all of that, are even saying they should offer him a 5-year, $6 million deal to keep him locked in. It started off as $1 million, 10 years, now it's gone to 5, 6. That is huge freaking money, guys. And if he turns into the player he looks like he could be, I think it's going to be worth every cent. But let's not forget, Galvin isn't the only young gun that we need to keep, right? We got people like Taylan Silva. He is a similar situation, a ton of potential. The Tigers have a promising core that I think we could build on and show these guys that the club is serious about building a future, right? Otherwise, they will start looking elsewhere, or we might put too much money in the one bloke and not have enough money for everyone else. But then there is a wild card option. What if they use the cap space on something completely different, like a whole different position, right? The Tigers still need some decent forward depth. We Clemmer gone. He didn't bring too much, but, you know, we do have that cap space. But they could look for another middle forward and add some punch off the bench. Like, they've been linked up to a few names, and with the extra cap room, like, they might be able to make a move before June 30. Like, that is a big decision facing the club. And on one hand, like, they need help in the back line, and May is definitely the right call and the guy we've been waiting for. And on the other hand, they can't afford to lose a bloke like Galvin, and they need to act fast if they want to keep him long term as well. And ideally, we would do both, right? We would sign May now and work on Galvin's extension immediately. But we're not going to be able to pull that off. I don't know that if that's totally out of the question, right? Like, what do you think? Should the Tigers go all in on someone like May, or should we split it up? Should we just go all in on Galvin? Should they do both somehow? What do you think? How would you break it down? How would you approach this? Or would you go on a completely different approach? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because we have so much to freaking talk about when it comes to this stuff, and there's so much potential for the West Tigers in the coming months. I am just so pumped. And we're going up against the Warriors this weekend, guys, and I could not be more stoked. I believe I'm going to be doing a live stream. I'm going to get up. I'm in America. I'm going to get up at 3 o'clock a.m., do a live stream. So if you are new here, what I do is I do play-by-play type stuff, give my thoughts, comments, concerns, whatever, and you guys just talk in the chat, and we just watch footy like mates at a bar, right? And so, yeah, I will put a link up to that on my live section. If you want to hit that notification bell and make sure you're part of that, that would be humongous. I want to, like, get as many blokes and women on there as that I can, and just sit around and pull the crap and, talk about footy and stuff. And before that, tomorrow's video, we are going to announce the giveaway, guys. Like, this is the giveaway that was supposed to get us to 500 subs. We are now at 1,100 subs, so huge thank you to you guys. I'm so stoked all of you guys are here. And all you've got to do to win 2 free general admission tickets to the game against the Sharks at Leichhardt Oval. I believe it's round 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. All you got to do is like this video, comment on this video. This is the last day, and you have to be a subscriber of the channel too, and comment Dream Big. Because as West Tigers fans, this is our year. We are showing our claws. Claws are out. It is time to freaking hunt. This weekend, the Warriors aren't going to know what hit them, and the whole NRL is going to be scared of us. We are sitting pretty on the ladder. It's early days, sure, but we are built different this year, guys. We are so ready. We are so tough. We have something to prove this year. No more freaking wooden spoons. We have so much to dream big about, baby. You guys are freaking legends. Take it easy. Let's hunt. Geordie out.